Your city, your news. From the campus of the University of Nebraska at Omaha, this is the Omaha News. Brought to you by the students in the College of Communication, Fine Arts, and Media.
More than 400 television stations across the country have switched from analog to digital. 13 of the 21 stations in Nebraska have made the DTV transition. More on that coming up.
Also happening locally this hour, LB 136 is getting reviews through the state legislature. What this means for you and your family is straight ahead. Good afternoon, I'm Sarah Whaley.
And thanks for joining us. I'm Laura Goodburn. Yesterday, all television stations across the country were supposed to make the change from an analog signal to a digital one. However, Congress pushed the date back to June 12th. That did not stop one station in the metro from making the switch. Chase Moffitt reports on one metro man who is finding it hard to make that change.
It's just a little black box. It doesn't have any buttons on it, so you have to have the remote to use it.
Tim Kuchera was ready for the DTV switch. He hooked up his converter box, but is still having problems with the signal.
I was watching the sports channel a lot, and now I don't get anything at all. So just hit setup. You go to auto scan. Very annoying. I've been trying. I don't understand why it doesn't work. It's hooked up to the wall.
On February 17th, Channel 6 was flooded with calls.
Channel 6 and 620, how can I help you?
One station has made the DTV switch in Omaha. Others are waiting until June 12th. Most viewers, however, are scratching their head, wondering where their signal went.
Receptionists, department heads, and engineers stood by their phones, coaching viewers on receiving the signal.
Help you?
WOWT brought in all the help they could. James Ocon.
Right, just a moment, okay?
VP of Gray TV Technology.
We like to say at WOWT is we like to win viewers one at a time. While our phones our phone banks are getting a few calls today, if you call in and we get your number, we will call you back.
In the meantime,
it's pretty worthless.
Tim is trying to regain focus and continue to enjoy his programming.
I happen to think that those at the FCC, as well as the Broadcasters Association and our representatives, will probably have a close eye on Omaha to see what happens here.
Viewers will have some kinks to work out. For the Omaha News, I'm Chase Moffitt.
Rough patches and bugs are expected in the transition. However, the FCC urges viewers who are having a hard time with their signal to call 1-888-225-5322 or log on to the omaha.dtv.com.
3 Omaha City Council members are not seeking another term. However, 4 of the incumbents are running for re-election. Council members Jim Vogel and Jim Suttle and former Mayor Hal Dobb will be campaigning against each other in April's primary election for mayor. Council President Dan Welch has also announced that he will not be seeking re-election. The top 2 vote-getters in each district will advance to the general election on May 12th.
The public is invited to attend a meeting tonight to discuss future development of the downtown area and North Omaha. The meeting will be this evening from 6 until 10 at the Embassy Suites on 12th and Howard. Mayor Mike Fahey will begin the meeting, which will include presentations from developers. The event is free and open to everyone.
The Nebraska Humane Society is asking the Omaha City prosecutor for an arrest warrant in regards to a recent dog attack. Lori Ellis was attacked by her son's pit bull more than a week ago. Humane Society officials have been searching for Jeffrey Curlin to cite him for not having a proper license or vaccination on the dog that bit his mother. Curlin was also cited for not having proper insurance on the pit bull. It is a requirement to have insurance due to the dangerous dog ordinance in Omaha.
In October, the City of Omaha passed 3 ordinances pertaining to the care and treatment of dogs. Ashley Gress gives us an update on how the ordinances have affected the people of Omaha since it passed.
I was just glad that they didn't pass a ban.
Paige Rushlaw is an animal lover who works at Nebraska's Humane Society, but recently Paige has had to jump through some extra hoops because of her employer.
We have 3 dogs. They're all pit bull mixes.
Pit bulls are one of the 7 breeds that have to wear a muzzle in public, along with several other requirements due to the potentially dangerous dog ordinance.
Any way to earmark dogs that might be considered potentially dangerous before they bite. And that's important for public safety. We need to make sure that animals that are showing aggressive tendencies that may create problems for the public are taken care of.
Paige states that her dogs have never shown any aggressive tendencies.
Just inconvenient and kind of insulting.
The potentially dangerous dog ordinance is one of 3 new ordinances that were initiated in October. The other 2 are anti-tethering and reckless owner.
Because it used to be people would let their dogs run loose and our officers would go out and say, you can't do this, and they would ticket them and the people would sign the ticket and pay the fine, and the next week the dog would be running loose again.
Several citations have already been given out for violating the ordinances, but there has only been 1 reckless owner violation where the dog has been taken away.
I just think that maybe they should wait until a dog actually proves itself dangerous.
The pit bull ordinance may seem inconvenient, but it was put in place for public safety. For the Omaha News, I'm Ashley Grass.
In order for a pit bull or any other dangerous breed to not have to wear a muzzle in public, it has to pass several requirements, such as the owners take a pet responsibility class and the dog taking an American Kennel Club Canine Good Citizenship test. Pet owners in Omaha, listen up. The pet registration deadline remains March 15th.
This year, however, Douglas and Sarpy County pet owners will notice an increase in both pet licensing fees and financial consequences for unlicensed pets. Christina Engdahl joins us with more information on the price increase. Christina?
Thanks, Laura and Sarah. Yes, it's true. Licensing neutered cats will remain the same price at $12. However, licensing neutered dogs has jumped from $15 to $20. Furthermore, licensing all unneutered animals now costs $50. The Humane Society hopes the price hike will curb irresponsible pet ownership.
At the beginning of the year, Omaha City Council moved to enforce stricter pet licensing ordinances. However, with increased security comes increased costs for both the city and the Humane Society. In an attempt to compensate for related expenses, the Humane Society has raised pet licensing fees, especially for unneutered pets. Pam Weiss of the Humane Society explains that unneutered pet owners are hit harder in an attempt to control the pet overpopulation problem in Omaha.
One of the main reasons why we decided to change the licensing fee structure is to try to encourage people to spay and neuter their pets. Animals that aren't neutered have always been more expensive to license than animals that are fixed and therefore can't reproduce and don't help the pet overpopulation problem.
Spaying or neutering your pet will not only protect you from expensive state fees, it can also affect your pet's temperament and help prevent future health risks.
There is some evidence that says that the hormones and testosterone in animals create some aggression. So if you spay or neuter your animal early on, there are genuine health benefits. There are benefits also of not having any unwanted pregnancies, and of course there are benefits because they are cheaper within the city fee structure.
No matter what the cost, pet owners agree that licensing your pet is crucial to ensure your pet returns home safely.
The pets should have their license tag on, because if they were lost and someone was trying to get that pet back home, that's the best way to get them back home. That has a number on the tag, the phone number for the shelter, and it has a number that's permanently assigned to that animal.
Now, it's estimated that 10 million pets go missing annually. A way to help ensure that your pet doesn't go missing is to get them licensed down at the Humane Society. For the Omaha News, I'm Christina Engdahl.
Thanks, Christina. If your unspayed or unneutered pet is picked up by the Humane Society, it can cost upwards of $300 to get it back.
For more information, visit their website, nehumanesociety.org, or call their office at 444-7800.
Now, seatbelts have been a hot topic when it comes to whether we should wear them or should not when driving or riding in a vehicle. State Senator John Harms has introduced 2 seatbelt bills this year. If Legislative Bill 106 passes, Nebraska will join 26 other states by making seatbelt violations a primary traffic offense. Right now, failure to wear a seatbelt is a secondary offense. Such a law would bring the state an additional $7 million in federal funding for highway safety programs and improvements.
Harm's other proposal would require all buses purchased after January 1st 2010 to be equipped with seat and shoulder belts. The proposal would add anywhere between $10,000 to $20,000 to the cost of a bus. President Barack Obama has introduced a mortgage relief plan that will help as many as 9 million families across the nation. The $75 billion would be used not only to help families, but it will also aid borrowers who owe more on their mortgages than their homes are currently worth, and borrowers who are on the verge of foreclosure. The plan is designed to help up to 5 million borrowers with their mortgages if they are owned or guaranteed by Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac.
New home construction hit a record low in all parts of the country last month. Figures released today show construction has slowed twice as much since from December. Housing construction dropped 16.8% last month, more than economists predicted. However, applicants for building permits showed some optimism, which could bring statistics up for the upcoming months.
DTN, the Data Transmission Network, has raised $45,000 over the 2008 holiday season for the Open Door Mission's Lydia House. The Lydia House program currently serves women, mothers with children, and fathers with children. DTN has donated over $125,000 to the Lydia House since 2004. DTN CEO Robert Gordon will present the check to the Lydia House tomorrow. In addition to the donations, DTN has also been involved with various volunteer programs for the house, such as serving meals to the hungry and homeless, sorting and bagging toys for Operation Santa, and adopting families.
Taking a look at today's stocks, the Dow is down 22 points. The NASDAQ is down 4.5 points, and the S&P is down 4 points. February is Black History Month. From music to the civil rights movements, there are several things that can be reflected through this particular time of the year.
We'll show you what events are going on this year for Black History Month when we come back.
UNO Television. Students work with professionals who have all kinds of experience in the industry. Lights, camera, action. Literally.
Get paid while you learn more about the TV business.
Work on all kinds of productions.
My friends who worked on TV Crew last semester are now working part-time at local stations.
Working on TV Crew is a great experience.
UNO Television. Student crew, professional staff, award-winning results.
Drugs, crime, prostitution, hunger. Visit yesomaha.org and donate to Youth Emergency Services. Help take homeless kids off the streets before something else does.
Black History Month creates all kinds of celebrations, events, and parties. One of these events is next Tuesday, February 24th. It runs from 6 to 7:30 on the Fort Omaha campus in Building 7, Room 107. The campus is located on 30th and 4th Streets. There will be a panel of Omaha Public School teachers that will be facilitated by Elmer Crumbly, the principal of Skinner Magnet Schools. They will be discussing the past and the present of Black history.
February is a special time for African Americans. Black History Month is being celebrated all this month. Universities and colleges all over the nation have been hosting events. Omaha is no exception. Our Bill Dixon explains.
Black History Month is in full swing here at Metropolitan Community College. People of all ages, races, and ethnicities have come to Metro to conduct a dialogue about young black men and the need for education. While African Americans are the focus, all races are encouraged to participate.
It's important to me, however, that Black History Month not just be regulated to February, but we celebrate the contributions of all people throughout the entire calendar year.
Events throughout the country have covered all Black history, ranging from music to the civil rights movement. Black History Month isn't just about the past, but also the future. Dr. Larry C. Manyweather Woods, a professor in Black Studies at the University of Nebraska at Omaha, has come to talk about the importance of education.
Will another generation be lost is built into this question. Because if you do not think you are worthy of living or worthy of a better quality of life, then how are you going to get one?
Black history events ranging from culture to education will be continuing throughout the month and throughout the entire community. For the Omaha News, I'm Bill Dixon.
Black History Month was started in 1926 by Carter G. Woodson. The month of February was selected because both Abraham Lincoln and Frederick Douglass's birthdays took place that same month.
A new center is in the works on the UNO campus. It is set to open later this year. Danny O'Connell has the latest on what it offers.
UNO is preparing to open a new center on Judaism and Israel studies in the College of Arts and Sciences.
The main purpose of the center, it's fairly easy. What we're trying to do, thanks to our generous donors, is to provide students, faculty, and the general community opportunities to learn about Judaism and Israel.
This center will have a lot to offer when it opens in July.
And it should provide an opportunity for special insights and opportunities for students and for faculty, because we'll be bringing in speakers, we'll have special courses.
The key to education is to expose students and for us to be exposed to different perspectives. And that through the different perspectives we are able to achieve a dialogue and understanding with regard to different worldviews, different economic structures, different political views, different religious perspectives.
Because of this, UNO will separate itself from other schools throughout the Midwest.
Centers like this are available only on the East Coast or on the West Coast, very few in the Midlands. So this will be the only one of its kind in the region.
When this center opens, it's going to bring new scholars and new perspectives to the community. And that's something that UNO can benefit from. For the Omaha News, I'm Danny O'Connell.
Natan and Hannah Schwalb helped fund the center. Natan is a graduate of UNO. Additional partners include UNO's Religious Studies and History departments and the Center for Jewish Education. It's scary to think about, but there are several people that are struggling with alcohol abuse in their lives. The first step to the road of recovery is admitting that you have a problem.
Coming up, we'll take a look at how one individual has brought his life back together from a lifetime of hardship. You're watching the Omaha News on the Knowledge Network.
If your days get out of control, reset your attitude by setting your radio to KVNO, Classical 90.7. Discover your own personal oasis of serenity on KVNO Classical 90.7.
Breathtaking, electrifying, inspiring. Award-winning documentaries produced by UNO Television offer you a window on the history of Omaha and the world. Beginning with the acclaimed 2-hour documentary on the history of Omaha, If These Walls Could Speak, UNO Television has developed a reputation for producing high-quality programs that explore, educate, and enlighten. These outstanding productions can be part of your home video collection. For information about purchasing VHS or DVD copies, call 554-2516 or visit our website at unotv.unomaha.edu.
Only one program has remained dedicated to examining all the information on issues that really matter to Nebraskans. Watch Consider This, a program produced by UNO Television to give you more information than your typical newscast.
A space devoted to studies and creativity has arrived in Omaha's Old Market. The Kaneko UNO Library will open to the public this Saturday. The library is located at the corner of 12th and Jones Streets. This partnership will play a role in supporting Kaneko programming as well as serving UNO students and faculty. As the library develops, memberships will become available for people with serious interest in innovation and creative activity.
Having a night on the town for most would include dinner and drinks. But for one Omaha man, drinks are never included in a good time. Tender age of 14, John began using drugs and alcohol. This is when he was introduced to life as a criminal.
Before you know it, I had quit school. I had dropped out of school.
Before he was 17, John had a serious encounter with the police.
They got me for a burglary where the police officer, he shot me because I was trying to chop a hole in the roof.
While serving a 5-year sentence for this incident, John made and drank wine and sold and smoked marijuana. This did not go unnoticed by the warden.
He said, "You're not going to take over this penitentiary. What we're going to do is we're going to send you to the Nebraska State Penitentiary behind the walls." At that time, I was 17 years old.
This was not the end of John's stays in jail.
I got sent back 5 different times.
After 5 years in the state penitentiary, John made his way to Grand Rapids, Michigan. This is when he began shooting heroin and robbing banks.
And I had robbed 3 different banks before I was apprehended.
On the way to the penitentiary the 5th time, his parole officer wanted things to change.
My parole officer called Washington, D.C. and said, "Hey, ain't there nothing we can do with this guy?"
At age 49, John was required to report to St. Gabe's Recovery Center in Omaha instead of heading back to the state penitentiary in Michigan. This was a turning point in John's life. Alcoholism not only affects the alcoholic, but it can be devastating to their family, friends, and loved ones. Unfortunately, on the streets is where some alcoholics end up.
My family didn't want anything to do with me because I had tricked them and misused them so much till they just would put the cross up whenever they see me and they didn't want anything to do with me.
John says he is not proud of who he used to be.
I was a racist, I was a bully, I was a liar, I was a cheat.
Now he is happy to say
that I changed my life.
John now spends his free time volunteering at the Hope Center, teaching children how to play chess. He also volunteers at the Douglas County Correction Facility, telling inmates his story, hoping to inspire them. And now, John is happy. I'm proud to say that John is going on 10 years sober and loves his job that he has been at for 8 years. Chocolate. It looks good, it smells good, and it tastes good. Who doesn't like chocolate? This sweet treat has a great history and is being honored in an exhibit.
We'll give you a little snack of chocolate when the Omaha News returns.
Watch ICU Learning English on the Knowledge Network, Cox 17, and Quest 74.
Hey Maverick fans, keep up with the scores and activities of all your favorite Mavericks. Go to omavs.com to check the Mavs scoreboard and get the latest news about all the Maverick teams. Get live stats from the games you just can't make and read about all the action when the game is done. Check out the events calendar, sign up for text messages, or download a Maverick podcast. You can even order the coolest Maverick merchandise. You'll find it all at omavs.com. Go Mavs!
It's hard to let any food go to waste in these tough economic times. When you're trying to stretch a meal, you shouldn't compromise food safety. Leftovers should be refrigerated or frozen within 2 hours and reheated properly. Frozen leftovers usually keep for at least a month. As for refrigerated ones, those should be eaten between 1 and 2 days. Poor food handling can lead to severe illness or even death. Shortcuts in reheating food, such as using a makeshift container, can cause long-term health problems that are derived from the chemicals of the container.
Today, chocolate is a passion for much of the world and happens to be educating the Omaha community from now until April at the Durham Museum. Amy Pfeiffer has some sweet information for us.
A unique tree in a less tropical environment, a seed so precious it was used as money, a spicy drink and sweet snack, chocolate is all this. The Durham Museum is pleased to announce Chocolate, the exhibition.
A large percentage of the population loves chocolate, and so this exhibition really hits home with most folks.
To help celebrate all things chocolate, the Durham Museum has an exciting lineup of chocolate sampling and cooking demonstrations with some of the area's most talented chefs and chocolatiers.
We're really thrilled to have the Valde Hall here at the Durham that allows us to bring in a wide range of traveling exhibitions covering a myriad of topics from history and culture to science and industry. Our hope is to expose the local region to topics and important things going on across the world that you normally wouldn't get exposed to if we didn't provide that service.
Along with all the indulgences, the exhibition is also very educational.
Does such a good job explaining all about chocolate.
Each weekend now until April 26th, you can stop in here at the Durham Museum and try a free sample of chocolate. It's a fun and learning experience for all ages and all people. For the Omaha News, I'm Amy Pfeiffer.
If you would like additional information on the chocolate exhibition, you can contact the Durham Western Heritage Museum.
One Omaha local band will be debuting some of their work on a hit TV show. MTV's The Real World has decided to include a song from John Katarba's Sail by the Stars. The song is entitled Icebergs for Penguins. The episode airs tonight at 9 p.m. As the economic stimulus package is put into place, many Omahans are wondering how it's going to affect the heartland. Next week, we'll show you how Epley Airfield is going to impact our city with its upcoming makeover.
And we'll also bring you the latest on the second annual Heartland Walk for Warmth. And as a reminder, you can catch web extras on our website, theomahanews.com.
And for all of us here at the Omaha News, thanks for watching and have a good evening.